Hello, and welcome back to another Pen Talk. Thank you very much for tuning in and joining me as I explore the amazing, incredible, mind-boggling wide world of pens. And you see a package in front of you, shipped from Georgia in the United States, so it arrived very quickly. From Bastion, I got an email saying, would you like to review some of our pens? And I said, sure. So I picked out two from the website, and they sent them along. This is my first review. I have already opened the package, but not taken anything out. So let's see what's in here. Wow. Two pens I ordered. They promote their bolt action ballpoint, so I had to get one of those in carbon fiber. And I also needed to get a fountain pen because I review fountain pens. And I got, obviously, the black version. Nicely packaged, shrink wrapped. We got some extra refills, bonus refills. We got a nice card. Scratch review prize. We may do that later. And also another little memento. Some of their bolt action pens in various designs. And a good statement on their approach and what they expect and what you should do. And two sleeves to put my pens into. So we're going to explore these. Talk a little bit about my approach to reviewing pens, especially pens that have been sent to me. And hopefully you'll enjoy this view of a pen company you may not have heard of, but now that you have, you might be interested in some of the things that they offer. Stay tuned. Here's some bonus footage and a teaser. Yeah, I have bought no new pens, but it doesn't mean I do not get new pens. These three were sent to me by Bastion and Hong Dion. This is that year of the rabbit in gold and black, which is a beautiful color combination. And here's a new model from Bastion. It's a V126. It's a vacuum filler. These three pens are just incredibly well made, look fabulous, and I love the clear properties of the brown resin and the translucent where they got some opaque type of texture to it on the blue one is beautiful, and it also comes in white. So stay tuned for full reviews of these pens. Start by looking at the packaging of this nice ballpoint pen. Write Your Own Story is kind of like their logo, their corporate statement. And as we see on this side, they certainly describe the quality of the pen. And at the back, they have another nice statement. Designed in the USA, and your inventory label. So the box slides out of that sleeve, and we'll see a very nice box. Nice embossed silver logo and name. And if we look at it, we'll also see another inventory label, which is also good. This is a magnetic closure, and it's quite strong. Holds the pen in place well. You have a foam pad, a plastic liner, and you'll see the pen nicely presented. And the first thing that you'll notice as you remove the pen from this box, this is a substantial pen. It is not for the faint of heart or the weak of hand, but it feels great in the hand, and that bolt action just works extremely well, as you can hear it. I like the way the engraving is on that top of the pen. It's a nice deep engraving. It's going to last for a long time. And if we look inside, we'll see that that is actually real carbon fiber in the barrel of the pen. I'm just impressed. I really like it. The clip design is something that they use on all of their writing instruments, which is also nice. At least the fountain pen that I have is the same. So I'm impressed. You know, you run your hand here and you don't really feel that seam. It's very, very well done. Extremely well done, I would say. Certainly a giftable item. It would impress the recipient. Let's look at the fountain pen. There was no sleeve on the box that the fountain pen is in, but that same magnetic closure, which is very strong and works very well. And we'll see that same foam insert cut out to accommodate. And the first thing to me is this doesn't look like any pen I've ever had or seen. Again, the branding and the company and logo is right at the top, similar to where it was on the Ballpoint. You can hardly feel that seam between the cap and barrel, and that is a big cap. Feels nice. I like that kind of matte finish. And the shiny bits for the clip, I think, work well in this design. The cap unscrews. About 3 turns, which is quite a bit, but there's very fine threads there. And we'll see just a unique design, at least in my eyes. I don't have any pen that's anywhere near like this. Huge, long section, and it's easy to grip. It's a little small in the hand, but that's what the cap is for. But it doesn't post. My first flaw with the design. So that cap should post deeply and securely. You know, I can easily write with this unposted, but it certainly would feel better in the hand posted, I think. Its section's a little on the small side, but it feels good. You know, this could be a nice everyday carry, but the posting is certainly something that leaves a bit to be desired. If we unscrew the barrel, it takes less turns to get the barrel off. We'll see a converter as it comes with that. We'll pull out the converter and we'll notice a nice metal ring there, a nice silicone insert. So it's a nice upscale converter. And I took out the spring that we'll see later when I show you the bits and pieces of the pen. It fits very nice. But that converter's on the small side. A little bit smaller than the normal converter, but with that extra fine nib, I'm certain it'll last a long time. We'll put the barrel back on, and we'll notice there's a rubber O-ring there that seats well against the barrel. Feels nice when you tighten that up. And you'll also notice an O-ring in there when you put the cap on, which is probably going to seal it up very, very well. But ergonomically, it leaves a lot to be desired, even though I love the look and I love the fact that it's somewhat unique in the way that it looks. So now we're in dark mode because we want to use the LED light to look inside of that cap. Yeah, they're metal threads and there does seem to be some lubricant on them. We don't see any real liner in there, nothing to seal up against the section. You know, that clip is bolted into place, so that's probably a nice solid piece at the end. So this is a nice machined piece of metal. We'll take a look inside the barrel just to see what we can see. And we'll basically see similar to what we saw in the cap, except you notice it's narrowed down there towards the top. So I always thought that was a good design because that kind of keeps the converter from knocking around that some people don't like and keeps that converter even more secure than it is, which I think is pretty secure. And that O-ring shows up very well. I partially disassembled the fountain pen, but before I go any further, I just wanted to show something that probably should have been corrected before it was sent. There's some grease on that bottom of the section, probably from the machining of the metal. So you can look at it and you can see it a little bit inside of the cap. So I'm going to clean that up. You know, it doesn't really bother me. And the converter easily comes apart so I can remove that spring, which, as you know, I don't like. Nice little end there. So we're going to clean it up. The nib is just in a number 5 nib assembly. Screws in and out very easily. And we might recognize it's a Moon Man. So that's something that you could easily replace, upgrade, or change depending upon your writing preferences. But they only come with one nib, and it looks like, to me, an extra fine. So I cleaned up this section. It was easy to do, and I unscrewed the nib assembly just to show you that it is a common Moonman screw and nib assembly with a plastic feed. I'm certain it'll work fine. All my other Moonman pens write well. And the nib and feed pulled out very easily, so that's another way that you could replace it. And I have a lot of number 5 nibs that I could put in here if I want to change the writing characteristics of the pen. Nice feature. You may say that clip design looks familiar, and it does. Here's a Karas Pen Company Starliner, but as you can see, there's a substantial amount of metal here, a very sturdy, substantial clip. Here it's a little bit thinner, which is fine. It works well. That upturn allows you to accommodate much fabric. One thing that's really cool is you can buy extra screws and extra clips if you need to, in case you damaged yours. Bastion supplies you with a whole series of parts that you can use to fix or repair your pen if necessary. Let's take a look at how springy that clip is. Yep, it's not too springy, but then if you look at Karat Customs, that's even less springy. So why do I like reviewing pens? Well, these are 2 good examples of why I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy my hobby. I'm very pleased that I have people reach out to me and say, "Do you want to review our pens?" And I go, most of the time, yes. These pens share a lot of similar design characteristics. Obviously, the clip, Sizemore fell over. Rounded ends, almost exactly the same length. They have that nice engraving with the company name and logo. Quality is one of the things I would definitely say about the way these 2 pens are made. Functionally, the fountain pen has a lot of features to it. The uncapping, the no posting, the short length, that make it a little bit less of a writing instrument, at least as far as what I enjoy and how they feel in my hand. The ballpoint is excellent on all levels. Aesthetically, I find these pens very good, very attractive. And in looking at what's available on their website, I think that there's a lot of different designs, and they've really done a lot to take these classic shapes using different materials to create a different look. So if this is something that interests you, I'm certain you could find something there that you would enjoy. We're going to do some writing now with the fountain pen. It's just a standard number 5 Moonman, so nothing exciting there, but it does do the job well, and it puts ink on paper. Yes, this writes well, as I would have expected with this Moonman nib. The ink is Noodler's Eel Black. It's been my go-to black ink. It's permanent, has good flow, and I like it. And of course I got a good big bottle, and a friend sent me another bottle, so now I have 2 of them. I wish I could like this pen more, but ergonomically it just doesn't work for me. A smaller hand might find this to be good. Those people that want to post, this is not going to be a pen for them. And I really wish I could like it more as a writer, because aesthetically and visually, I just find it intriguing and very good. But sometimes you can't have everything that you want. We've reached the end of this video. I want to thank all of you for watching. I want to thank Bastion for sending me these pens. I think they have great characteristics. Not 100%, but I enjoy the fact that I got a chance to try them out. Hope this video finds everyone safe, healthy, and happy, enjoying your pens, putting some ink down in whatever manner you feel motivated to do. We've reached the end of this video, and we will say bye. And as you saw, there's a lot of pens in the hopper for me to do videos on. Stay tuned.